That's sports.
Bill Cody in the morning, WSM. This is Coffee, Country, and Cody.
Hello and welcome in Coffee, Country, and Cody. It is a fine morning here in the Simply Superior studio. We've got the sunshine coming down on the Opry Plaza, and we are ready for a fantastic show. Thank you to everybody who's tuning in right now as we stream all around the world. And you are watching us on Peacock and Roku and so many other places. Thank you for that. Our friend Jeff Roberts is upstairs in Master Control. He just pushed the button, making all of that possible. Charlie Matos is here. You're laughing.
Because I always picture, like, from one of those game shows, like, no whammies, hit the button. So.
That's exactly what it looks like. Have you not seen it?
No, I guess I haven't.
It's just it's a big button that says on air, and he just hits it.
Wow.
So that's just that easy.
Yeah.
And nothing ever goes wrong upstairs.
I feel like anytime I make a mistake, though, the little whammies should come across the bottom of the screen like they used to.
Could you imagine how fun that would be? If we saw them running around and be like, oh, what happened? Well, sorry. You just hit the wrong button. Annie Nye is here with us this morning. I'm Kelly Sutton. Bill has the day off. We've got lots of stories to get to coming up, entertainment headlines. We were just sharing George Burge and his behind the scenes of his kids in his music video. And as you could expect, what you see was not necessarily what they were getting behind the scenes. So we do have the video. You get to see it if you're watching us on any of our streaming partners this morning of George with his boys, and we'll give you the backstory on what was going on behind the scenes. Also, real life cat burglar. I love this video. It's so cute. There's a cat out there. He is sneaking around, stealing stuff and some pricey items, by the way. Don't think he's trained, but who knows? All of that. Great video coming up in just a little bit. Also, Tamara Saviano is here. She has a new book she's going to be telling us about. Also going to be signing at Grimey's to September 9th. That's coming up on Tuesday, September 9th. And she's going to be a part of the Southern Festival of Books. This new one is called Poets and Dreamers, My Life in Americana Music. Boy, does she have a lot to talk about there.
You know, one of her first gigs was producing Bill Cody on Great American Country for his Master Series show back in the day. So she's been a part of our lives, I feel like, for 25 years or so.
Can we just tell Bill Cody stories this morning? Would that be okay since he's not here?
Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
If
And I've worked
with listening like, uh-oh.
And I've worked with Bill.
Days.
I've worked with Bill long enough that I know his stories.
Sure.
So if we need some of those, I can tell those too.
Throw those in?
Yeah.
That's fantastic. We can't wait to catch up with her. She is going to be with us. So we're going to rewind to the stage of the Grand Ole Opry. We have our friend Ashley McBride standing by. So get ready for that.
From WSM Radio, this is Coffee, Country, and Cody.
We're inside the Simply Superior studio this morning here on the Opry Plaza. And Tamara Saviano is here. She has a new book out. She's going to be telling us all about it. Worked for years with so many incredible artists. We were just reminiscing about Guy Clark and, of course, Chris Christopherson. So we're going to dive in, talk more about this book coming up in just a few minutes. I loved being around him, and I know you did too.
I did.
How long did you work with him, Tamara?
20 years.
How did you guys meet? Give me all the details.
We met through John Prine and Al Bonetta.
What a great sentence.
I love saying that.
I met Chris Christopherson through John Prine and Al Bonetta.
Yeah, John and Al. I used to work for GAC, and we rented offices from Oh Boy Records.
Okay.
And so every night after work, I would go upstairs and drink wine with Al Bonetta, and often Prine was there. And so when I left GAC, they introduced me to Chris, and that's how we ended up together, yeah.
And GAC is where you first run into Bill Cody.
Yes. Yes, Bill. Oh, my God, I love Bill. I can't believe that he blew me off today.
He absolutely did. That's exactly what he did.
No, yeah, Bill and I worked together at GAC, and you guys work with him, I love Bill. Bill, I love you wherever you are.
Well, he is very sad that he's not here today. I can tell you that for sure. So the name of the book, Poets and Dreamers, My Life in Americana Music. Talk to me how you got started down this path. Like, where were you when you even started in country music? It is a very small world. We were just talking about when we crossed paths, we were at Guy Clark's house, which how many people get to say that?
Yeah.
But, how did this all happen? How did you end up where you did?
Well, I started in radio in my hometown of Milwaukee at WMIL, which is a, legacy country station.
Right.
And I started a brand new department there. This is 35 years ago, long before the internet. And to stay in touch with the fans, we started an interactive phone system and a magazine. And so I was the editor of the magazine, and I ran the interactive phone system. And I was the head of that department, which was great experience because I learned the radio business, I learned the magazine business,
Sure.
I learned the music business. It was fantastic.
You learned the people business too.
The people business.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's where I started, and I still love radio so much, because of where I started, yeah.
So who gets credit for the term Americana? Because that music has always been around. I
Yes.
just think for a long time we just didn't know which box to put it in, right?
Yes. Well, John Grimson, who lives here in Nashville, and he used to be a promotion guy at Warner Brothers Records, he is the one that called it Americana first, trademarked it, the whole thing. John, along with Brad Paul, who was working at Rounder Records in Boston, and Rob Bleetstein, who was working in California radio, they decided back in the day when country radio stopped playing Johnny Cash and Willie Nelson and that kind of thing, and they decided that there needed to be a radio home for these artists and for people like Dwight Yoakam, who did have some success on mainstream country, but not much, and
Steve
Steve
Earle.
Earle,
Sure.
Kevin
Yeah.
Welch, Rosie Flores.
Yeah.
So they decided to lobby Gavin, the Gavin Report, which used to be a radio trade magazine, to start a chart called Americana to play all these artists, and then they went out and recruited radio stations. I think there were 45 radio stations in the beginning, and that all launched in 1995. So this music, of course, existed. You could throw the Byrds in there and the Flying Burrito Brothers and so many artists, but there wasn't really a place for it, and they decided to build the place for it. Those three men.
Bob Dylan lands there now
Bob
for the
Dylan,
most
sure.
part, right? Yeah.
It's
Absolutely.
so interesting too. Like Leanne Womack, I remember, was performing one year at the Americana Awards, and I said that the umbrella is wide
Yes, it
in
is.
Americana, but also feels like everyone is welcome.
Yeah, it's it's country, it's folk, it's bluegrass, it's
Some blues. Taj
some
Mahal
blues,
was there.
exactly.
Yeah,
Kind of the
yeah.
rock side, rockabilly. There's all kinds of stuff that falls under that umbrella, which it's a very big tent.
Yeah, it's so much fun. So walk us through writing this book. I know we were talking about it a little bit off air. How long did it take you to put this one together?
Well, I started doing interviews and research in 2017. At the same time, I was making a film about Guy Clark, so I wasn't really focused on it. And then when the pandemic hit, I just put it aside and really thought I would never go back to it. And then I went to Europe in the summer of 23, in May and June of 23, and I just was so inspired by seeing all the art and the literature and everything in Europe. And I came home and I was just on fire, and I started writing. And I finished it in February of 24, turned it in to my publisher in February of 24. So that's the fastest thing I've ever written, yeah. And it was twice as long. It
I was
ended
gonna
up being
say,
cut down, yeah.
This is a long period of time. So
Yeah.
walk us through when the book begins as to how many years it really covers.
Well, it actually begins in 2002 when Johnny Cash played the first Americana Awards, and it was his last show, John
Okay,
and
yeah,
June.
yeah.
But then it goes back in time to kind of a little bit about my history in radio, and then comes forward in time through what was happening in other cities, how this Americana underground was growing in Chicago and San Francisco and Chicago and Nashville and Austin.
It's interesting you mentioned Johnny. I always thought that those Rick Rubin records, that of course that John Carter helped a lot with as well, those American recordings were just such the foundation of this format, right?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. And so, the starting with Johnny Cash at his last performance and the first Americana Awards just was like, well, there's my opening.
Yeah. You know what's interesting? Nobody really wants to be old, right? And those recordings allowed that voice to just live weathered and aged, but with such character. And people for years tried to mask all of that. They embraced it, and it just was magic.
It really
Yeah.
was magic. And you listen to those recordings now, and they just hold up. They sound so fresh, even now.
I asked earlier, did you journal through all of your years here? Because the people that you've interviewed and the rooms that you've been in and just everything that you've been around, it gets lost. I know for myself, I'm like, oh, I wish I would have written more of that down. But you said you always meticulously had journaled.
Yes, and I started keeping a journal when I was 13, and so by the time I got in the music business, it was a habit, and so I documented every minute that I've spent with, Christofferson and Guy Clark and everybody, everything I've done has been documented. So I went back. Those were pretty big source material for this book.
Wow. I say it's always nice to look back and go, oh, I forgot that we said this.
Yes.
Is there one story in this book that you definitely want people to highlight or not to miss? If there's one that you just want to give everybody as a little teaser.
Well, I can't really pick one particular story, but about 70% of this book is about Chris Christofferson because I spent so many years with him, and he was such an important part of my life and the music world. So those stories are really close to me. I wrote an entire book about Guy Clark, and he is in this book too. But I really feel like if you want to know anything about Chris and what it was like to just be with him day in and day out, that's my favorite part of the book.
What about Sean Camp?
Oh, yeah. So Sean, here's the thing about Sean. Sean is a common thread from the beginning of my book to the end because I met Sean when I worked in radio.
Okay.
In Milwaukee. And then I have done so many projects with him over the years, including right now. We've got
a brand new record out.
Got a record coming out in September.
Love it.
And so Sean, as I was writing, I'm like, oh my God, Sean is like the common thread from the beginning of my career until current days. So yeah, love Sean.
Sean is the through line. Well, again, the new book, Poets and Dreamers, My Life in Americana Music. You're going to be doing a reading and signing at Grimey's. That's happening on Tuesday, September the 9th. You're going to be part of the Southern Festival of Books, which is so fun. I love when I get to go out and just take all of that in. That is one of those really fun festivals. If you haven't been to, definitely check that out. And for more information, people can buy it all over the place, right?
Yeah, any bookstore, any online, whatever. It's available everywhere.
Where do you make the most money?
Yes, tell us where to
should we
buy
send
it. Where should we send people to?
Probably like independent bookstores.
So go to Parnassus in town, right?
Parnassus would be great.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or Grimey's.
Yeah,
I'm sure
or
that
Grimey's
happens
would
on
be
September
great.
9th.
And on the
as well.
September 9th, Laurel Lewis is going to be with me singing a few Christofferson songs.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, that is so cool. Tamara, thank you so much for coming
Thank you,
in.
Kelly.
It's good
Charlie,
to see
I love
you.
coming in to visit you guys. I love your new home.
Tamara Saviano, the new book, Poets and Dreamers, My Life in Americana Music. We are going to close with a little Sean Camp.
This is Coffee, Country, and Cody.
Well, hello. Welcome in, Coffee, Country, and Cody. We are inside our Simply Superior studio, just hanging out this morning, talking about all things that are making headlines in country music. Thanks for joining us here. Coming up just a little bit, George Burge. We've got the video from behind the scenes. It's real cute. His kids look really adorable in this video. They're hugging each other, and it's brotherly love, but we get the real story as to what was going on. Also, Chris Stapleton and Sesame Street. It's a lot of fur. You got Elmo. You got some of the other ones there. Abby is there.
Yeah.
I mean, really A-list of Sesame Street
Oh,
stars.
yeah. Bert and
came out.
Ernie.
Yeah.
Bert and Ernie. Now, did Cookie Monster sing? I don't think. Grover, maybe, right?
Grover was there.
Yeah.
I don't know if Cookie Monster did or not.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean.
Did you have a talking Elmo for Reese at all, or was that not quite the thing?
Oh, I thought you meant me. I was like,
No,
do you
no.
know when I was born?
No, I knew
No,
you.
we had Snuffleupagus. Is Snuffleupagus still a thing?
Yeah, he reminds me of the McDonald's guy, Grimace.
Yeah. Oh, well, no, Snuffleupagus was, remember?
He was an
everybody
elephant,
thought-
right?
But everybody thought that it was Big Bird's imagination because they never saw him.
Oh,
Big
right.
Bird was the only one who saw him.
Hello, bird.
Yeah. And then he would be gone, and Big Bird would try to get people to go, oh, look, he was right here. So, all right, no one remembers but me. That's fine. Yes, we'll be talking Sesame Street and showing you Chris Stapleton coming up in just a little bit. And yes, we had a Tickle Me Elmo. We had the
Okay,
tickle
that's
one.
what it was. Tickle me.
Yeah, it was kind of creepy.
I don't do Elmo's voice well, but okay.
Elmo says he loves you.
That's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to say that when she was little.
It's better than our
She
Jerry
liked it.
Jones.
I can't do Jerry Jones. I can do Elmo, but I can't do Jerry Jones. If anybody needs me, I would love to be in a cartoon. Just let me know. Send me a DM. It'll be fine.
I can do Miss Piggy.
You can? Let me hear.
Kirby.
Okay, that's pretty good.
I mean,
Yeah.
for a guy, right? Yeah.
We don't have a whole lot of talent here. As you can tell.
Lowering the bar a great deal.
We talk on the radio for a living. Give us a break. Good morning, everybody, and welcome in. It's Coffee Country and Cody here on WSM, and we are talking about all the things making headlines this morning, including our friend George Borge. We can call him George Borge. We cleared it with him. He said it was fine.
Yes, but we're going to do it like at the podium one night.
I'm
when it's
afraid
not
of
the thing.
that.
See, that's the problem. It's okay to make fun, but
It's his nickname.
yeah.
Yeah, but George Burge is his real name. And George has a hit right now. It won't be long. It was inspired by his dad, watching his dad play with his two sons. So, of course, when it came time to do the music video, it only made sense to put his boys in the music video. By the way, his son is also named George. So that's a family name that gets passed down a lot. There's going to be another George Borge, and I'm very excited about it. But he said, the video is precious, and they look like they just really love each other. But this is what was really going on.
They were all so proud. And it's funny, we got so many comments about how well they did in the music video and how awesome it turned out and how emotional it was. And I just wanted to be like, I wish y'all could have seen behind the scenes, because really, while we were shooting it, they were wrestling each other and crying and punching each other the whole time. So I'm so glad that we captured the magic, because it was a lot more chaos when we shot it.
Be the last thing that you ever saw coming, but it gets a little better when it's been around something. So buy the drink, steal the kiss, make the trip, take the risk, love hard as you can and just hold on, 'cause life might be a lot of things, but it won't be.
Oh, it does look like they're just loving each other. They got their arms around each other.
Got their own Burge jerseys.
They sure did.
That's pretty cool.
Each of them.
Yeah.
George James is 8 years old. His little brother Luke is 6, in case you were keeping track at home. And if you want to go see George Burge, he is out on tour right now with our buddy Luke Bryan. Country Song Came On is the name of the tour, so you can check that out. Well, let me tell you about a real-life cat burglar. Sometimes you open the dryer and you are missing a sock. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you are, going through your laundry and you're like, where did I put that T-shirt? That was my favorite T-shirt. Why is it gone? Mm-hmm. Could be a real life cat burglar. Check this out. He's in New Zealand, though. And they're calling him the cat burglar of New Zealand. He has also nabbed several socks, sweaters. He goes outside and finds, if people have their laundry hanging on an outside line, which happens, I guess, a lot in New Zealand, he will steal it and bring it home. It's all clothing, so he hasn't gotten jewels or anything like that.
Wow, look at that collection.
I know. He's 15 months old. His name is Leo. And his real name is Leonardo, so they call him Leonardo da Vinci, because he's pinching people's things and bringing them back home.
Say he was 15?
15 months.
Oh, 15
he's
months.
He's still a kitty.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, he's still little. But they did say that his most prized snag was a cashmere sweater. It was worth over $180.
Oh, my. I wonder what the claws did to that.
It doesn't look like he tears anything up. He just brings it home. But, cats bring you presents, and sometimes it's a mouse, and sometimes it's a bird.
Yeah.
So a $180 cashmere sweater is a win. If I had a cat, that's what I would want.
Yeah,
I would want one that stole things from
Thankfully,
people.
my cat was only indoors, so we never got the random
Never had anything
animals
brought
brought back as my gift. No.
I had a cat growing up, and it was indoor, outdoor, and she would leave tribute to us every once in a while.
Yeah.
Sometimes it wasn't with us anymore.
I love that.
Sometimes it was deceased. Sometimes you thought it was deceased, but it wasn't.
that
Those were the worst prizes.
Is that her tithe?
Yes, it was. Here's
Yeah.
my 10%.
Yeah. I was walking Kate the Beagle one time on the sidewalk, and I just saw her bend down, and all of a sudden she was not moving a whole lot, and she was holding her mouth kind of half open. I'm like,
no.
what did you do? What do you eat? Put that down. What is it? What is it? What is it? And she spit it back out, and it was this little bird about this big who looked up at us and literally went "Quack," and got mad, shook its feathers, and walked away. Because I don't think she knew what to do with it. She was like, I don't know what it is I've just done here,
I
but
think
this
I'm
is
gonna
not a
keep
good thing.
it. I want to keep it, Dad. And you were like, absolutely not. Spit that out. All right, Chris Stapleton on Sesame Street. It's the only thing you really needed to see to get you going on this day. I'm telling you, he's there. He is singing with all of his friends.
Bert has so many issues. Don't be mean to him.
I will tell you. And Bert kind of, I'm happy that he was a part of it, but it sounded better.
We should assign an Opry member to each of the characters.
Oh my gosh. Who would be Elmo?
I don't know. I'd really have to think about this.
I am scared. If we did that, I don't think we could walk that back. I think that might be one of those. We probably shouldn't say that out loud, but it would be very funny. So yeah, if you want to see it, it's the latest episode of Sesame Street. It's Bert, it's Ernie, it's Cookie Monster. Grover comes out a little bit later on. All the A-list stars gather around Chris Stapleton, and he sounded really
Oh, it's
good.
a great song. Yeah.
It is a great song. It's You Got a Friend in Music. I thought they'd done a take on You Got a Friend in Me and just changed the lyrics, but no, I guess it's a whole different song. So hopefully somebody's getting some royalties off of that one. I'm not really sure. We got more coming up right here on Coffee Country and Cody.
From WSM Radio, this is Coffee Country and Cody.
It was on this date in 2016 that Kenny Chesney scored his 23rd number one hit. Have any clue what it is?
Oh, wow. Beer in Mexico.
No, it was a duet. I'll give you a little hint.
Oh, all right. And he's got a duet on the charts right now, too, that's doing very well with Megan Maroney.
Yes. This is a duet.
The one with Grace Potter?
Close. The one with Pink.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Remember Setting the World on
I
Fire?
do remember. Oh, that's a great song.
It's a great song.
Yeah. He's over 30 number ones now.
Yeah.
And in 2 months, 2.5 months, will be officially inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame.
That's going to be a really special night. I can't wait for that. So, yeah, congratulations to Kenny Chesney on this date. 2016, Setting the World on Fire, gave him his 23rd number one U.S. hit. It is interesting now. I do a show in the UK, and their chart is so completely different than our chart. And it turns over way faster. Like, songs will stay on our charts here, not, 10 weeks, 12 weeks sometimes. Everything over there is like 3 weeks, and it churns. So I'm, like, keeping up with both sides of...
So anybody hot over there that necessarily isn't quite as hot here, or vice versa?
There is an artist that they play that he's a UK-based artist. His name is Gareth. And he is phenomenal. I really like him. I think a lot of our newer artists are having a lot of success over there. Ashley Cook, killing it over there. They love some Ashley Cook. Drew Baldridge, also killing it. And there's a new song from Drew that they just released on the UK chart. I'm going to forget it. I'm going to blank it right now. But he announced that he's going to be doing a lot of shows over there in the fall. And they were extremely excited. So, yeah, it's just fun because it's a different take on it. I mean, we're kind of jaded here. We get used to, same old, same old. We hear all the people. Here's another one from Luke. Here's another one from Bailey, whatever. But, yeah, they really enjoy the new stuff over there.
Well, you will be there in 6 weeks. That's coming up. September 26th is not that far away,
It's
considering
not.
Friday is August 1st.
It's not. And I am slightly nervous.
Yes.
Because I don't
Do you know what you're
have
going to wear?
No. That's why I'm nervous. That's the nerve-wracking
I'm
part of
surprised.
it.
You normally have that. You're on top of that kind of thing.
I've already met with Jonathan Kane, who is one of my
Okay.
dear friends, and he's working on something, but I haven't seen what he's working on yet.
Oh, wow. Like exclusively for you?
Yeah. So that's why I'm like, I need to check in with him and be like, hey, where are we at?
This is like when you go to like an amazing restaurant and like you have and it's a world-class chef and you just, you eat what
just
they prepare.
trust.
Yeah, because they're like what they're doing.
Well, and we narrowed it down. Like we had some conversations about what we really wanted it to look like and what we wanted to represent, because this is the first international show ever of the Opry. So I don't know. It's going to be very exciting.
Okay.
I'm very excited about it all. Okay, well, let's talk about what's going on with Kelsey Ballerini. Speaking of going overseas, I'm going to pack some big bags because I'm going over there for a minute. Well, Kelsey Ballerini said, don't worry. Baggage is actually a good thing. In fact, baggage has been a blessing for me.
It's kind of this not only acceptance, but like this blissful celebration of all of the things that bring you to where you are. And not apologizing for the messiness, or not apologizing for missteps, or not apologizing for the things that make you who you are and as you are. And I think for me, I kind of had this delicate balance as I was making my record patterns, where I was like, part of me feels a bit embarrassed about some things, and part of me just wants to accept the things that have gotten me here, because I like here. Here is good. And so this is the side of it that's just like, let's celebrate it.
Y'all have to scream, kind of feel like I don't need it anymore. It is like I had chills when that line happened, because everyone was just screaming it at the top of their lungs. That's Baggage, the new release from Kelsey Ballerini.
You know what else they do that too? And it's the exact same result. I think I'm really happy. I think I'm going to stay. Oh my God, am I okay? They do that with Megan Maroney too. Yeah, I love when a song lends itself to that kind of thing. That's great.
I actually saw some video from Windy City Smokeout in Chicago where the entire crowd was jumping up and down to Megan Maroney. Oh my God, am I okay? And my friend Amber was there, and she said it was unbelievable. They were just screaming every word. So absolutely crazy. Okay, well, one more story for you. Just be careful if you're helping out online. Of course, we've had so many things that have happened, especially the flooding that happened in Texas. And people have stepped up and said, we're going to do a benefit concert. If you'd like to donate, there are GoFundMe pages. Double check before you make a donation. There's a couple that just came out and said they have been scammed out of $10,000. They thought they were buying tickets to the George Strait event, Straight from the Heart. He's putting it together. It's a very exclusive dinner. Only about 1,000 tickets are going to be sold. They were online on Facebook, thought they were buying the tickets for this event. Turns out it was a scam. So now they're out $10,000. But the man who has lost some money said, yeah, it's a lot of money. I'm sad, but I'm mostly saddened because the people who needed that money, the charity who needed that money, are now not getting it. It just went somewhere else. So again, love that everybody has a big heart and wants to help out, but just be very careful. Only donate through reputable sites. Make sure that there's like the little lock. You can see that symbol. Usually if you type in like a .com or a .org, it'll tell you a secure location to make that donation.
And that was the George Strait show, right?
That was the George Strait show. Yeah. So yeah, just hate that happened. Hate to report that, but also want to make sure that everybody knows it is happening, and be very careful as you go about that. Make sure those donations are counting is basically what we want to say. Well, you're listening to us here on Coffee Country and Cody. Happy National Water Parks Day. If you're going to a water park today, enjoy, including the one that's here.
Sound Waves.
We have it.
Yes.
Still have not been.
Nor have I. I got a little preview. I got walked through it, but that's about it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I've been in it. I haven't been to it.
Yeah.
We got to do that.
Not my thing, but
yeah.
okay.
Ah,
but
really?
Yeah. I listen, put me in one of the cabanas out of the sun with, beverages, and I'll be happy.
Love it.
But I don't want to come down some slippery tube. That's not me.
You're so high maintenance.
No, I'm low maintenance. I don't want to do anything.
So much.
More Coffee, Country, and Cody is on WSM.
Welcome in. It's Coffee Country and Cody. We are defining what it means to be high maintenance. Some of us know that we're high maintenance, and we totally embrace that. Others, maybe they're just being enlightened this morning as to what that actually means.
Hello.
So the definition.
I'm the enlightened she's speaking of.
We're hoping. What does it mean when someone is high maintenance? Well, being high maintenance generally means a person is perceived as requiring a lot of time, effort, or resources to please or maintain a relationship with them. I'm just saying.
But I do all of it for me. I don't require other people. Listen, I know I need a lot of stuff, but I just buy it all for me.
Well, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, there are levels. I will give you that there are levels.
The first Christmas that Renee and I ever spent together, she got me windshield wipers and a trash basket.
And you were happy?
No, but kind of. But
see?
I said, oh, she goes, well, you already buy everything you like.
Well, no, that's a true story.
So I thought I would get you something you needed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's what I will say. I think that there are different levels of high maintenance. I'm high maintenance in the fact that I won't necessarily go camping. There are certain things that I will not like.
No. I have my standards of like levels of service that I
That's what I'm
expect.
saying. I'm not.
Right.
I am high maintenance on certain levels, but then also, is there a snake in, the house? I'll pick it up. I'm not afraid of it. I'll kill the spiders like that. So there are different levels, I think.
Okay, the spiders kill all the other things you don't want, right? The spiders are actually good.
Yeah, but you don't want it over your head while you're sleeping.
Well, okay, granted, yes.
Sure.
All right. Well,
Also,
on that note.
When it's a brown recluse, you really don't
Well,
want it
all
around.
right, yeah, or the black widow. I get it.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
We'll
I'm
just
gonna-
leave it at that.
Tell you what, I'm just going to be quiet over here.
High maintenance
in
or
my
not?
high maintenance land over here.
You decide. We'll let you know. There is a cat who is very high maintenance. He is a cat burglar, a real live one. I
Yes,
love
good
this so
taste.
much. Great taste.
Yes.
Great taste. If you are going to train your animals to steal from people, this might be the blueprint that you would use. He's actually from a coastal town in New Zealand. His name is Leo, full name Leonardo. So Leo, apparently indoor-outdoor cat, and will pop over to the neighbors, and if they have anything hanging on their line, he'll steal it. It's all clothes. He doesn't steal any jewelry yet. He hasn't been trained that far. So far, biggest purchase, about a $180 cashmere sweater is what he's snagged.
He's got quite the
But
collection.
he's got pants, socks, jeans, T-shirts. This cat literally is just snagging every piece of clothing he sees and brings it home.
He's big on socks.
Really big.
Yeah.
And there's a glove in there too. So
Only one?
just one. They call him Leonardo da Vinci.
Call him OJ.
I thought you were going to say MJ because Michael Jackson famously
that's-
wore one glove.
That's right. Yeah. Less gruesome. Okay. Sorry. Yeah.
Chris Stapleton is hanging out on the streets again. You can't keep him off the streets, y'all, especially when it's Sesame Street. He was there with many of his friends, including but not limited to Elmo, Abby, Bert, Ernie, Cookie Monster, and Grover. Take a look. There he is. Thank you, Chris Stapleton, for hanging out with our friends on Sesame Street. Hey, come back and hang out with us tomorrow here on this street. We're always right here in the Simply Superior studio at Acuff House on the Opry Plaza. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning.
It'll be a chocolate chip cookie Tuesday because T.
T.
Graham Brown
Graham.
and Miss Sheila are
Graham
coming.
Brown.
Sheila Graham Brown is coming to the studio.
We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.